Welcome back to the Welcome back to the Hyperdash podcast, where two friends hang out, tell stories, and talk about video games. My name is Mantra with a HD, also known as Eddie.
I'm Zercy.
Also known as... No, I'm kidding. I won't dox you like that. Anyways, his mom's phone number is 743-286-4398. We always
you
like
got
to...
like one of those numbers, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, no, your mom is a very wonderful woman. I've met her, actually.
No, I know. She is a wonderful woman.
I actually haven't met your mom. Tell
My
your own mom.
Yeah.
Well, we always bring a dude, this intro fucking sucks ass. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? It's like cringe as hell. I'm not gonna cut this part out. I'm just like, I'm just mad, bro. I'm just mad.
I'm angry.
You don't want to see me angry. I see red when I'm angry. But
oh shoot.
If I see red, run. It's all. If I see run, red.
What? What are you talking? I know what you mean, but like, whatever.
Whatever.
All right,
I'm on
just ask
like
the question.
four different kind of drugs right now. I'm kidding. Well, do you count anti-allergy medication as a drug?
I mean, like technically, yes. Like antihistamines are like drugs, yes. But
do you count herbal tea as a drug? I'm sipping on my, not a sponsor, by the way, Trader Joe's Harvest Blend Herbal Tea. Only available during the fall. However, I basically drink it year-round because it's the best tea in the whole universe.
Fair enough.
And you're listening to the Hyperdash podcast. The best podcast in the whole universe. Usually...
I've never actually really, like, had much tea before. I won't lie.
Huh. I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
I don't know. I mean, like... I don't know why that's like a big turnoff. Like, are you British or something?
I might be. I got a little British in me.
Shoot.
I like to see British things. I like to say British things. All right.
I like to see British things.
I call my apartment a flat. Call shopping carts a trolley. Anyways, we like to ask each other would you rather questions, except Zercy couldn't come up with one this week. So he's off the podcast.
I'm feeling a little bankrupt in the thinking department today. I don't know what's going on.
You warm up every single day with like every single Wordle variant. I don't know how you, or are you saying you spend that brain power just?
I used all of my I used all my brain power on today's cryptal. And the minute cryptic.
What?
That's what the last one was called.
Oh, okay. Anyways, we like to ask each other would you rather questions. I've got one, okay? Would you rather have to never sleep again, or you would never have to do chores, eat, or use the bathroom? Now, what I define as chores are like you would never have to wash the dishes, you would never have to fold your clothes, do your laundry. It's all just magically done for you. Or by a robot or something, right? You don't have to eat. You don't have to use the bathroom. You still can eat if you want to. You don't have to ever drink water. You don't have to... What else are annoying things, right? Versus never having to sleep again.
Okay. I immediately know what my answer is going to be here.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm definitely going to go with not having to do, like, the annoying things. One, I really like sleep, but it's also like just really good for your brain. Like scientifically, like our bodies are designed to sleep and rest and like give ourselves like a little bit of a sanctuary, like we're chill. But like if you take that away, I'm kind of just like even if they're like I guess I didn't ask, are there like any like bad side effects to it, or is
no,
it
you just don't have to sleep. Like you are always functioning like, you always just function without ever having to sleep, basically. Like you just remove the need to. I guess you still can if you want to, but it's, you're not going to have any negative or positive health side effects, you're just gonna not need to do it. Like you just basically get an extra 6 to 8 hours or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I still think like it's definitely gonna be the other one, cause like I don't know, like both of them. I guess I'm thinking about both of them of just like saving time, cause like or both of them you get to spend the time that you would have been doing, like whether it's like the chores or sleeping, on something else. But like I feel like I would rather still spend time on sleeping uh than not, I guess.
I I personally I would go for the not having to sleep all day long. All the day
Mm.
freaking long. I mean, I have to say I struggle a lot with my sleep schedule. By that I mean, I just can't get to bed at a reasonable time, and I've always like I don't know, there's a point in my life where where was it? Like a couple semesters ago when I was doing finals and stuff, and I was such an insomniac that I would just fucking collapse whenever I was tired enough. And I would take my exams on like crazy hours of sleep, and the rest of the time I'll just be like studying or gooning or whatever. And I mean, when you're low, listen, when you're low on sleep, there ain't much to goon. Like there's not a lot splurging out, you know. Anyways,
Yeah.
but,
I mean,
what,
I told you how like my sleep schedule works, where it's like I'm just kind of, even after like getting off the computer, like it doesn't matter how tired I am. So like I have to spend like a couple extra hours like winding down before it's like
I'm I'm not so
I
much
don't
of
know.
a I need to wind down as I need to I can probably fall asleep at any time during the day because I like my sleep schedule has been so bad for so long that my body just knows how to sleep. Like I've never had a
Mm,
problem. Like I used to have problems with falling asleep and staying asleep because my brain would be, so active right before going to bed. But the problem I have is just like being kind enough to myself to actually say like, hey, maybe it's time for some rest instead of just like doom scrolling or catching up on Invincible or like playing video games or whatever. Just I never like take a moment to be like, hey, maybe it's time to get some rest. Like maybe I should treat my body like it's the one body I have, which would be a cool concept for a sci-fi, which is being able to switch your consciousness into different bodies. But that's already been made. That's a show called it's a show on Netflix. I forgot what it was called.
mm. Like honestly, like up until like very recently, I've almost like never been able to take naps.
Really?
Like I like physically could not like go to sleep at any time other than nighttime.
Huh. Do you
Now I've like,
okay.
because my sleep schedule's gotten worse, I've had to like just keep trying until I go to sleep if I wanted to take a nap. But like before, I just like could not take a nap.
I I could always take a nap. I mean, I could always and that's my problem. That's my problem. Is I don't know if it's the Lexapro. I don't know if it's just me, but I could take a nap pretty much any point of the day. The annoying part is just it fucks up my sleep schedule so bad. Like
Right.
sometimes I'll wake up and then I'll take a nap and I'll nap from like 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. or some shit. And then, well, I'm fucked. I'm just fucked, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I feel that.
It's time for the quick bits, unless you had anything else to say.
No, no, not really.
Okay, okay. I'm thinking, you know what? No, I'll say this first. I just had my monitor come in. It was the 400 hertz monitor that I've been telling you about. And that has been, I've only had it for a day. Granted, I've only had it for a day. It's really something. it the colors look okay. It's stupidly fast, obviously. But the issue is my GPU literally cannot keep up with it. Or maybe it's my CPU. I don't know. Regardless, something in there ain't working properly. And I'm not getting I'm not maxing out the 400 FPS. I was just playing Helldivers with this guy, Zercy. And that shit never went above 100 FPS. Now,
I'll be honest, my Helldivers never goes above 60.
What?
The game is like weirdly capped at like around there. It feels hot. Like I looked online and no one said they were getting over like 120.
No shot. Why?
I don't know.
Okay, now I'm just somewhat confused.
There might be some wizardry that I don't understand. Like some setting you have to do, but like I tried everything I saw on Reddit and stuff and it's like nothing worked.
Damn. I tried doing what I do for Overwatch, which is cranking everything onto low except for render distance. And that did diddly squat. So it might just be one of those games. I mean,
I think it is.
Fucking okay, let's talk about this. People have gotten, and by people I mean developers, or not developers specifically, but publishers, I guess, have gotten so lazy with optimizing their games. The reason, like, how do I say this? The whole reason that we have such powerful graphics cards, I feel we don't need this level of power hungry and stupid over the top graphics cards, but game developers just see it as an excuse to not actually optimize their games. And now if you want your games to look like pretty good, then you need a really good graphics card and you just need to crank it. And that's just like, any time companies feel that they can get away with shit like that, I mean, they are getting away with shit like that. I don't want that to happen. I ain't no bitch. But
right.
But
I mean, I've always like said that I prefer like visual identity over visual fidelity, where it's like it doesn't necessarily, like, that one's more of a preference, but like to your point, like, because we're so poor in optimization, like, I'd rather a game, like, I don't care how good the game looks if it doesn't run well.
I agree.
Like, if it has a very unique style and it runs well, I mean, that's like, I guess that's the perfect situation, but like, I don't know.
Personally, I played Horizon Zero Dawn. What is it called? Is it called that?
Yeah.
Remember the Horizon Zero Dawn?
Zero Dawn, Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. Wait, there's a third one? Oh god.
Is there? I'm not sure.
I think there's only a second one. I played through the first one. Any percented it basically. I'm not 100%. I rarely 100% my single player action adventure games. I just play through the main story and then get like a couple side quests along the way. But I'm not like super sticklery about that. That game ran like shit. I'm sorry, bro. I cranked that shit to low, and granted, it still looked okay. But, you know, I would say Control by Remedy Entertainment looked stunning for me. Visual style, you know, all of that, and it ran pretty okay. And this was a game that was known for doing all the RTX stuff and being all fancy, and
that game unironically bricked my computer.
Did it actually?
Yeah, when I first ran it, it killed my power supply.
What?
I don't know what happened, but like I had to replace my power supply. I think it was just that it was the first game. Like, I don't know if it was specifically the game. it might have just been getting to a point that the power supply just wasn't. I don't know.
Like
Whatever it
doing
was.
enough?
Yeah, like whatever it was. I just remember like every time I would launch the game, my entire computer would shut down.
I think you probably didn't have either a high quality enough or a like high wattage enough PSU, and then every time like that is one of those games that will kind of push your system.
Yeah, I think it was right after I got my new graphics card.
Yeah, that'll probably do it. That'll probably do
Yeah.
it.
But then, thank God I didn't like the game, and so I didn't ever want to play it again.
Bruh. Listen, you gotta give that thing a try again, because that
So I can
really
move rocks with my mind now?
No, okay. Listen, there's a line that Zercy doesn't like in that game, and it's like it's fine, I guess. It has some Marvel level dialogue, but I really like the visual style. I really like the combat. I don't know, it's
I
just
don't
fun.
remember the visual style apart from it. It was just UE5 was all I remember.
What about that is
That it's just like a lot of not stock assets, but it's like the same like kind of looking as a lot of other Unreal Engine 5 games.
okay?
Not
Do we know
always
if they used
like
UE5?
we can look that up. Control game engine. No. Okay, it's not. I thought it was. I guess I just didn't play it enough. Guy uninformed
Remedy makes their
once
own
again.
like
Yes,
engine,
it
I
looks like.
think.
Why doesn't Remedy license it out to Unreal? Or like Unreal. So yeah, it's their own. But I
guess
didn't,
it-
at least to like what I was saying, I don't remember enough about it, I guess, to say.
I think with my next I'm gonna save up like at least another like $1,500, and then after that I'm gonna invest some of it in stocks. But after that, I'm thinking about getting a Switch. But the thing is, I like don't play Switch games. That's why I don't have a Switch right now.
You gotta play Smash Bros with me. Come on now.
Fuck no.
What?
Fuck
Dude,
no.
I'll be easy. Look, I'll teach you.
I'll be
definitely.
easy. I'll be you. Yeah, no, you're gonna fucking touch me. You're gonna like fondle my balls, and you're gonna take some like big, nice, high quality lubricant and just fucking take them like billiard balls in your hand and just.
I'll only do that when you're ready.
Dude, I never grew up playing fighting games, so it'd be another one of those things where I just like fucking suck at it, bro.
I mean, you'd be surprised at how much you can just spam.
Yeah, but that's no like I want to know what I'm doing. I want to be in control.
There's only like 3 buttons that you can press.
Dude, there's a whole ass joystick. Hello.
Well, yeah, but it's like A, B, but then it's like directional input. It's like how easy you were talking about 2XKO controls being. It's the same thing. It's actually the exact
They're really
same.
not. 2XKO I found actually, you know what? No, that was pretty simple. It just had the 3 different kinds of attacks, and it also had Ari, which is low key the main reason that I even tried that game in the first place.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Listen,
He starts talking about his Fox girls. I don't know how to get him away from him.
Fox girls, like, need I say more? Anyways,
But like 2XK, like Smash has even less buttons.
the
There's
problem.
only
I mean, the problem with 2XKO is that it was they like laid off a bajillion employees and then basically killed the game. But you know, water under the bridge, I suppose. I mean,
yeah. How is that game doing? By the way, I saw they announced a new character, and I was like, I thought they were shutting it down.
they
Or
weren't
were they
shutting
just
it down. They
cutting
were
down
just
the
like
team?
they just cut the whole team basically.
Damn.
It's actually quite sad because you can, like, it was a very complete game. Like, this was not a super early access, like, closed alpha shit. This was like, they finished the game, and then it just,
Well,
didn't quite mix, like it didn't make a bajillion players log on the first day, and so they're like, yeah, kill that shit.
well, I mean, I think my thing with 2XKO was really, um, there just weren't enough characters.
Do you
Because like
really think that?
a fighting game with only like what 6 characters? How
It
many?
was like
I need to
8.
fact check
It was
this.
something like 8.
How many 2XKO characters? 13 confirmed overall, but how many of them are currently playable? Or I
It wasn't
guess at launch.
at launch. It was like
10.
8, 10. Oh, is it 10?
I guess
I
that's
mean,
more, but like still, I mean, and I'm not gonna be like always like be more characters is better because that's not necessarily true. But like, I mean, look at like
look
I
at
don't
Brawl
know.
Stars, dude.
I can't speak to that, but
I can. That
but
game.
it just felt very like stale after a couple, especially when you have so few characters and there are such annoying matchups already. Where it's like
I didn't get
it
that deep.
feels like your character does nothing against like at least like 30% of the game.
I mean, the problem, actually, I had the opposite issue, which made it a non-issue for me. Was that it really simplified the game for me. Not that I ever like got into, I guess, truly mastering all the combos and stuff, but having fewer characters means that I need to learn less. I need to learn fewer matchups. And if I really wanted to focus on like learning RE combos, I could just like really kind of dive deep and do well. Now I have maybe a total of 6 or 7 hours on that game. So it doesn't really, I didn't really get to test my theory or whatever, but I there's this game called Brawl Stars by Supercell. It's a mobile game. And every single development cycle, which is about, what is it, every month? I think it's dead ass every month. They add a new brawler, like a new character. So we're up to almost 100, I think. I'm not kidding.
100?
I'm not kidding. But you know what? Let me check right now. Tell them something funny while I check.
100 is insane. Because like I mean the first example I was thinking of like when like more characters doesn't necessarily equal like a better game was like I was thinking of how I felt playing at least Marvel Rivals, where they were coming out with so many characters and like yeah, they have a lot of like source material to work through, but it's like a lot of them don't feel like they're bringing something substantially different to the other characters. But like 100 is crazy. And how long that game's only been out for what, like a couple of years?
So
Something like that.
Brawl Stars currently has 101 brawlers.
Damn.
So now the thing about Brawl Stars though is that that game is so stupidly like for 8-year-olds and stupid simple that it doesn't. It's not a huge problem, but holy shit, man. It's 101 brawlers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen anyone like actually play that game.
Really? I swear I saw
I got
reels
ads
about
for
it.
it, and I
Ads.
unironically I hated the ads so much.
I
I
don't think I've
hate
ever
Joy and
seen.
Whimsy.
It was one of those games where growing up, I say growing up, but I was probably like 15 at the time or something. Anytime my parents would take me to a dinner party with their family friends, I'll just play Brawl Stars. Like it was back then it was a 3 stack, and you would just play with the other kids. Like you would just whip out the phone and play Brawl Stars with them. Like it was
You'd whip it
vibes.
out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whip it out, dude. So,
That was, I
anyways,
mean, I did that with Clash Royale for sure.
but you can't. How are you gonna play Clash Royale with a group though? You know,
Duo.
duo. There is no duo. You be
What
a clan.
what are you talking about? There's a duo mode
Oh, you said Clash of
where you play.
Clans. That's Clash
No,
Royale.
Clash Royale. Clash Royale has a 2v2 mode.
No. I know. Did you say Clash of Clans?
I said Clash Royale.
Okay, listeners, clown whoever listened wrong.
Did I say? I swear I thought
I
if I didn't, I swear I did. But my
don't worry about
apologies
it.
if I didn't.
No, they're gonna skin you alive in the comments. I'm just kidding.
I think
Comment
they're
for
gonna skin
engagement.
you
bait.
alive, actually.
I think okay. Let's not skin anyone alive. Let's
Skin
just
them
spread
alive!
joy and positivity and beautiful, beautiful things.
I think actually on the internet we need to skin more people alive. I feel like there are too many like bad opinions going around. Like we just need to cut them off from the source, you know?
You need to get like muted. Like someone needs to go and like take your phone and put it like someone needs to go take your video games and put it on top of the fridge where you can't reach it if you make a bad take on Twitter.
No. Well, okay, well not that far.
Not that far. You think that's too far?
Don't be rash. Don't be rash now.
Listen, I don't know about
Me after
you,
touching
but when my
poison
parents
ivy.
took my shit, they always put it in the in one of the dressers in the bedroom. So I would sneak in when my dad was sleeping. Holy shit, bro.
Do you want to know what my dad did?
What?
Is whenever I pissed him off or like I was doing something I wasn't supposed to, he swears he did not do this. What he would do, he would take my DS and then play it in front of me. and he's like, "Oh, what's this do?" And he's like, "I'm gonna ruin your save forever." And I'm like, "Please don't do it, please." And he's like, and he swears to this day that he never did that. And I am traumatized. I'm still traumatized.
That's
like,
that's light. He went easy on you. Come on.
That was my life.
Did they ever take your shit?
There was nothing more important. There was nothing more important than watching, like, there was nothing more tragic than watching my dad try to pilot a Pokemon battle against, like, an Elite Four. And I just watch him, he's like, "What does this move do?" And he gets my entire fucking team killed. Like, they're dead forever. In my mind, my starter, dead. I'm like, damn.
Don't
Is
wait.
this
Don't
the
you just
real
go to
world?
like a? Don't you just go to a
No,
Poke
you
Center
do,
and,
but like that's like the fantasy of the game though. Like as a kid, like the fantasy of the game was like, these are my partners, you know.
Partners in crime.
Well,
But did they ever take your shit?
law-abiding. Yeah. One time they found my DS in my room, and then they took it from me.
Damn. Did you ever find it?
Yeah. Well, it was like mini grounding, I guess. My parents, I was a pretty good kid, so I didn't usually get in trouble that much.
Huh.
I would, every time I did get in trouble though, I'd like sit in the living room, like just like looking at them. I'm like, I'm being so good right now. You should give me my games back. And then eventually they just agree.
So you just beg like a puppy?
Yes, I gave them the puppy dog eyes.
Oh my god, that's actually adorable. I
I was a really cute kid, okay? This is when I was like 10. Not now. I got a beard now. I'm not cute.
I mean, shave the beard, you know, you could still be cute.
I can't go back to being cute. No, like I think there's a certain point in a person's development that they just can't go back to being cute.
That's unfortunate. Well, did you ever find where they hid them? That's the question.
I actually have no idea. Because I wasn't like rebellious enough to like go look.
Oh lord.
I kind of just took it. I was like, you know what? I'll just like, cuz like I was scared that if I did something that they would just take it for longer.
Right.
And my dad's like 6 foot. Like where is he going to I'm like 4'10" or something. I'm like 5
yeah, he's gonna put
tall.
he's putting that shit on top of the refrigerator where you can't reach. Oh yeah,
exactly. Like where am I gonna? I'm never gonna find it. Like
no,
what do I even do?
No. What's worse is that you know it's on top of the fridge, but you just can't get up there. No, I mean let me not reveal too much about my upbringing to the internet, the entire internet, but I'll just say that my parents, I guess not taught me to be rebellious, but they forced is also like a weird way of saying it, because I can't say that they forced it. It was just like, this is what happened. But I mean, I know all of the hiding spots. In fact, my parents, when I first got my gaming like tower PC, they would only let me play for 2 hours every week and only on weekends. So of course that was like, you know, was not long enough for such a Chad like me. And so what I ended up doing was every like Friday evening, my mom stayed up super late. So every Friday evening, I would go to bed at about midnight, and then I would set an alarm for 3 a.m. when I knew about when my mom was going to go to bed. And I would just wake up and I would sneak downstairs and I would chug whatever source of caffeine that I could find, and then just play video games like silently or like fucking whispering into the mic, and just like being terrified the whole time that they would sneak up on me. And so, you know, a lot of the video games that I played were, I mean, what I coined the term 3 a.m. session, because I would go to bed, wake up at like 3 a.m., sneak downstairs and play video games. It was so fucking stupid.
Did you ever get caught?
Several times.
Oh.
One time I was on a call with a friend, and they had forced me to watch Demon Slayer. And so what my parents got me in the middle of playing Demon Slayer, or watching Demon Slayer. And so that wasn't as bad as video games in their opinion. I don't know. Listen, it's like, you know, maybe it's a funny story I can look back on now. There's some like fucked up shit. There's some like weird ass workarounds I had to find. And I will just say this. The whole point, going back to the point of me bringing up like considering wanting a Switch, was
that is what we were talking about.
Was because I wanted to get into Pokemon. My sister was really into Pokemon growing up. She had a DS, she had a PS3. I know a PS3 doesn't have Pokemon games, but she had a DS. And she was she like collected the cards themselves. And I would love to, you know, of course I want to spend more of my disposable income instead of saving it. Like, are you kidding? We live in a capitalist society. Like, of course I just have to spend all my money. God, that makes me so fucking depressed, bro. Because the thing is, when I bought my new monitor, all I can think of every single time that I buy something new is I am like contributing to just like waste in like Walmart's stock price. Because the last time I went to Walmart, I bought these picture frames because I wanted some stuff framed. Some BOGOs binted, some might even say.
BOGOs binted?
Photos printed. And
Zeep Zorp?
Ziki Zookle. Zorbidladorbidibi. BOGOs binted.
Photos printed?
But all I can think of is like, I'm putting together this picture frame, and all I can think of is, dude, this is a piece of shit. This is $3. It's made of plastic and like God knows like just a piece of glass. And it's just gonna end up in the trash someday. It's gonna end up in some landfill, or it's gonna end up in a fucking ocean, and a turtle's gonna choke on it. I'm buying like literal shit, like a useless piece of like it serves a use, but it has no like something, I'm telling you, something like eats away at me inside when I know that like, God, this is so fucking like such a this is the perfect representation of capitalism. It's just a $3 picture frame made of piece of shit plastic, and it serves my purpose, but it's gonna end up in the landfill someday. I mean, I guess, okay, even if I bought a $10 picture frame, it might also end up in the landfill someday. So like, there's no winning. But what I'm thinking about is like, holy shit, dude. Like, I got out of bed today because I got about, oh my God, I got out of bed today really late because
Bad out of ball today.
I went to bed really late, and the only reason that I got up was because I heard the Amazon guy set down the package outside of the door. I was like, oh, that must be my monitor. And that's dead ass. I'm not saying I'm addicted to retail. I really don't. Like, I've spent a lot of money in the past 2 months just upgrading my setup, but I promise I'm not like a high maintenance guy. Um, like if I have my video games, I'm happy. I'm not like the only other thing that I would spend my money on is going skydiving. I do want to do that someday. Maybe
What?
even like several times.
That feels like a really like random thing, but I can kind of
I
see it.
You ever watch Mission Impossible?
No.
Well, anyways.
That really killed that whole bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I don't care because Tom Cruise, good God, does he make some amazing stunts. Love those movies. And in fact, if I get high tonight, I might just rewatch a Mission Impossible movie now that you mention that.
I did not mention that, but you're welcome.
Sorry, now that I mentioned that. Jesus, this guy is splitting hairs over here.
And you're so right. I should go to bed. I should go play RuneScape before bed tonight. Thanks for mentioning that.
I mean, like it's you.
Oh, God.
Anyways, say something funny. I gotta lock in.
What? I don't know. But yeah, what were we were talking about you buying a Switch?
No, I want to finish my point about capitalism because
capitalism. I really wanted to interject and say I feel like you got a lot of bigger things I mean, you're very much, you buy a lot of stuff from what it, every time I talk to you, talk about buying kind of a new thing, and obviously I don't mean groceries. That's a thing everyone does, obviously.
Right.
But I don't know.
Right. Literally last week, I was talking about buying Blizzard merch.
Right. And I was like, I don't know the last time I personally bought merch or anything. I guess if you count a game as something like that, maybe it would be like that. But the last time I bought merch was dead ass 7 years ago. I don't know. I think it might just be a person to person, I guess. Not really an attitude towards buying stuff, but
I mean, before I started going on my spending spree, I was really I consider I try to stay very humble and under control, or keeping under control what I'm spending. I mean, hypothetically, I've been in therapy, and it took me a while, but I came to the realization that I would truly be happy and fulfilled living in this apartment for the foreseeable future. Maybe not the rest of my life, but for the foreseeable future, because I feel like I have everything I need, capital N need, to be happy. Other than that, I have the people around me. I have, the only reason that I've been spending so much is that I was like, hey, I want to try this monitor. And then hopefully what I've told myself is I'm going to right now, I mostly have everything that I need. I'm talking about big expensive purchases that are over $50, because there will be a bunch of random things that come up, random USB-C cords that I need, because I don't think anyone has enough charging cords. I don't know where all mine go, but I don't know. But I was that's why I'm hesitant to buy the Switch. The whole reason I wanted to buy the Switch was because I wanted to get into Pokemon, because my sister got into it, and I think it's interesting. I don't know if there's any good Pokemon games that are out on Switch. I've heard that the games keep getting worse and worse. Not
yeah.
I mean, that's just what I've been hearing. But I have a double monitor setup right now. One of them is literally 400 hertz. I have mostly what I need for my upgraded PC. The only thing I would foreseeably buy is this thing called the Flipper Zero, and it's just a hacking device. It's just a little fun thing. I can explain that later, but I mean, I can look through my fucking history. I've been going on a spree, and we've been talking more the past month, but I'm usually not a big spender. It's been bad recently, but If anyone hoards, it's my mom. She like we have a shelf in the garage dedicated to kitchen appliances that she buys. Like they don't even all fit in the kitchen or in the kitchen cabinets anymore. We have like a shelf in the garage for them. And I mean, shit, that's her money. But I'm stingy. I have two pans, neither of which I bought. I asked my mom and if she had any random pans laying around, and she just gave them. Love my mom. What else? I got a pizza pan because I started making my own pizza. And like a pot, like, you know, tongs and shit. But I'm not out here buying kitchen appliances. Anyways, the Switch. I was considering buying it at some point, but I'm such a PC gamer. I don't need one. In fact, it's probably not worth the $450 plus the $50 wrap that I want for it. Plus, I don't know, like a screen protector or some shit. I don't know. Oh, plus the like $80 games that they're releasing.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, Nintendo. Genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that I need.
Like, I think, like, unless you're, like, a big Nintendo fan, there's not really much of a point in buying it. Because, like, obviously, I really like Nintendo games. But, like,
right.
And like, it has value because a lot of my game library is already on Switch. So now I can just play those games just, like, better. But, like, for people who don't already have that, like, pre-existing library or like really like Switch games, like unless you're looking to get into them, there's not really a point, because like most of the games that you can find are available elsewhere unless they're obviously published by Nintendo. But like,
I mean, I want to get into Pokemon, but there's a 450. Let's just call it $500, man. It's a $500 wall sitting in front of me. That's a little bit of a turnoff. And
yeah.
Like, unless I want to play Cobblemon or some shit.
For mine.
For your Switch too? Did it come in a bundle with like a game or some shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, that's not something that I'm willing to drop. Like, if I were like a bazillionaire and this podcast, which is why you should share it with your friends, because then Zercy and I can buy a bajillion Nintendo Switch 2s.
Yeah. We can share them with all of you guys, definitely.
We'll be doing a giveaway. I'm just kidding. Can we, like, legal team? Can we clarify that as a joke? Like, there's just no, like, I want to do it. I want to play Nintendo, but I'm happy where I am now. And it's not like I really want to. Like, maybe if I really want to get into Nintendo, I guess I can just start collecting the cards. But like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how the types work, and I don't even know how people got into it back in the day, other than watching the show. But that shit is just like, I don't want to say it's like One Piece, but like, there's been a lot of fucking shows produced. It's like My Little Pony. It's fun for the first 4 seasons, and then I got bored of it. I fear. I'm still like into it. I love talking to people about it. I just outed myself as a brony. I don't really fucking care.
You could not torture that out of me, bro.
I don't fucking care, bro. Go ahead,
Fair
judge
enough.
me. Clip it and chip it.
I you just saying that was funny.
I mean, the bronies are gonna come for you, dude. You've pissed off.
For me.
You have people.
No, I was just
I
was laughing at your reaction. You said whatever. No, but like I definitely agree. I think I feel like whatever the newest gen is normally like an okay start, because like each generation of Pokemon is its own like self-contained at least story. It's just that like all of the previous Pokemon could be in it, not always are, but could be in the game.
Eevee and Pikachu and shit, that's all just like not included. They're the fucking classics, man.
No, okay. See, the thing is those ones are in every game because they're like,
because
if they
are
weren't,
the
there would genuinely there would
be riots in the street.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Oh wait, actually,
there's a sentiment in the community about so-called Gen 1ers, where people who only played the original games and like that kind of thing, and where they pander to them a lot because I mean that's where the series started, and like it's the best selling game still. So like
Wait,
Gen 1 is the most nostalgic. You
Gen 1,
don't.
what do you mean best selling? Do they even sell it anymore? Weren't they made the weren't they making
That
those
shit.
games back then for the GBA or some shit?
Yes, that shit. No, not even the GBA, just the Game Boy. That shit moved mountains. You don't understand how popular Pokemon was back then.
For reference, by the way, if y'all are a newer listener, some of y'all, I realize, like, if you're fucking Gen Z and you're like growing up watching Tung 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 Sahur, you might not even know what a Game Boy Advance is. What was that, from the 80s or the 90s?
It was the 90s.
So let me try to explain it to the Gen Zers, right? This thing ran on batteries, AA batteries, or something like that. Maybe AAAs, I don't know. So this thing I ran on batteries, and it's like phone sized, but it only played video games, and it only had like a couple buttons and shit. By the way, for the listen, I know there's some people out there watching Tung 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 Sahur and are like 10 and listening. I don't know. I don't know if there's 10-year-olds. Listen, we're saying a lot of curse words to all the 10-year-olds out there. Don't let your parents know that we taught you that.
Where are your parents? Where are your parents?
Where are your parents? Where are your parents?
We're gonna narc on. No, we're not narcs. We're not narcs.
But don't say the boo boo words, okay? Not in front of them, at least.
I've looked it up. They are still currently the best-selling Pokemon game by 3 million copies.
Wait, so are they still making Game Boys?
Nope. It sold 31 million copies in 1998.
Huh. So it's literally just been downhill from there.
Well, I guess like in terms of sales, obviously not in terms of game quality. I think I abhor the original red, blue, and green games, but they're just a bit too archaic, and I could get past like the way the game looks, but it's just like a lot of the designs have changed, and I just don't really like the older designs as much personally.
I mean, have you played them like with an emulator? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. My issue is that those are long ass fucking games, bro. Like I started playing Emerald before I went to sleep, and it was just like it was so like I'm just brain rotted, man. I am not proud to admit it, but I mean. What other... And also, there wasn't really... Like, there's not much of a tutorial. Like, they kind of just throw you in. They're like, okay, and you battle your Pokemon. And they're not like... They don't... In the original game, they don't even tell you what the buttons do. Like, what does run mean? Obviously, not like, obviously, we know you're running from the battle. But, like, what are the exact mechanics of that? Like, do you lose your XP or, like, whatever the fuck, right?
Be careful what you wish for, okay?
I'm
just gonna let you know the newer games the newest new games are not as bad with the tutorials. Sun and Moon had some of the longest tutorials I've ever seen in a game.
Well, there's a very easy way to fix that. And by fix that, I mean like not piss off the player population, and it's just make it skippable or speed upable.
Yeah, but like the point is that you're a new Pokemon trainer. You go through the motions of like here's how to battle. Oh, we're gonna teach you how to catch a Pokemon, which that's actually fine. People who complain about like catching tutorials, like I get that every Pokemon is someone's first Pokemon game. That is definitely true, but like some of the stuff like I just think it's more fun just to experiment and find out for yourself a little bit. I don't know.
I'm actually the opposite. I mean, that's why I'll pull up the wiki and like find out about the game far before I'll be looking up late game stuff before I even hit like the end of the early game, so I can start planning for like what I want to do. Like I'm just like that's just my mentality when I approach stuff. So, I mean, I think understandably, if I'm not given a tutorial or I'm like kind of left in the dark as to what I want to be doing, then I'm not gonna like it. But I mean,
I'm like honestly like the complete opposite. If you show me a spoiler of something later in the game, it makes me so demotivated to play the game that I like almost never finish the game.
What?
Where I'm just like, well, now you've ruined it. Now there's no illusion of surprise. I need to feel like a kid on Christmas Day opening the game for the first time, getting to that magical boss fight and being like, "Oh my god, this is amazing," or something like that. Like, it can't be. I don't know. It's obviously not that bad. I'm exaggerating, but like, I don't know. I like if I guess it's different for games that like there are some games that I feel like require a wiki to play.
Terraria.
But
Cough, cough.
yeah, Terraria, Stardew to an extent. I don't think it's as bad
Stardew,
anymore.
you could get away with not having to, but like if you want to optimize,
Some of the fish are really annoying to find.
Oh my god, some of the fish, dude. Low key in Stardew, I do optimize, and I am like a stickler about hitting my fish and doing all the things that I need to do and shit. But whatever.
Yeah. But like Pokemon, I can get like when you're new that you'd have to like look up a type chart. That's like 100% like very, very reasonable. But like, I mean, as a kid, I never looked up anything like that. It was just like I saw the type that it said the move was, and then I kind of just like eventually memorized. I'm like, oh, this guy's weak to water type, so that means it's probably like whatever type it is, and then I would always figure it out from there, like just by seeing the Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Torchic
like,
might be water type.
Could be. You never know.
You never know until you test it out.
Exactly.
I mean, how else do you get into Pokemon? Like, how do you consume your Pokemon?
I just play every game as they come out.
Damn.
I was actually like, do you want to know some trivia about me? I was such a fucking loser, and I was so into Pokemon as a kid. We were told that we could make a project in school about any topic of our choosing. The point was that it was just for us to do a presentation. And it was like to teach us like social skills, like how to present to a class or like an audience or whatever.
Oh no.
And my ass, we went to the YMCA
yourself.
and I'm like, I'm going to work on my project right now. And I was like, I'm going to teach my whole class type matchups in Pokemon. And I wrote down, I was like, what's a good example of a Pokemon for each type interaction? For each type. And I wrote down, I spent like 5 hours writing down like a whole thing on index cards. And I realized when I was talking to my mom, I was like, it's just like how this Pokemon is this type. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, oh no. I had to change my whole project because I was like, wait, no one knows what I'm talking about.
But I mean, I feel like you just have to introduce them to the more simple things before you get into the deeper things, I feel.
Yeah. And I think I changed it to be like, I don't remember what it was. Still something about Pokemon. I don't remember if it was that like intricate. I think I was in like 2nd grade, so like it can't have been. It can't have been like crazy, right?
Funny. Okay.
I have no idea.
Funny story about me. I switched schools from a charter school to a private school. In 5th grade, so 4th grade was my last year, and basically there was like an entrance, like I don't know, you gotta like be smart enough for some shit and do well on tests,
like a placement.
Yeah, like a placement, like a placement.
That's what happened when I changed from charter as well.
Yeah. Excuse me. And at the time, for some reason, I was experimenting with this like online presentation creator, and it was like an online like animator basically. And for some goddamned reason, I like of my own accord, it was not assigned to me in any way, I just made a presentation about like roots, like Greek, like Greek and Latin roots in words that you use to, form words like in the English language, like, and where they came from and shit. And like I made this on my own accord. And then for some reason, as I was like touring the school, I was visiting the school, I had this USB flash drive with this presentation on it. And I played it in front of the whole like class. And then they just like had to watch. Like I was holding a fucking, must have been 4th grade class hostage while they watched my animated presentation. Now listen, it was a good goddamn presentation. All right. And I mean, I'm not saying that's what got me into the school, but I mean, I certainly showed my capabilities. Some shit, bro. I don't fucking know.
You're like, I see you moving over there. You're not allowed to leave. You have to watch.
I'm not, listen,
Like,
I'm not like holding this class hostage, but it's like the teacher is like, okay, kids, we're gonna like look at the kid who's touring the school and his presentation. It was a pretty fucking good presentation, I can't lie.
how long was it?
It was like probably maybe 5 minutes or some shit. I don't know. It was all just like, it had this little music thing and you can like animate things. I also remember very specifically in 5th grade, you know how you like force your friends to watch a YouTube video over Discord and you want to see their reaction to it?
Yeah.
I did the same thing, except for my 5th grade teachers. So I would like,
What?
during free time, I would walk up to them and I'm like, hey, you want to see this YouTube video? I'll just hold up my iPad and I'll just make them watch it.
You had an iPad in 5th grade?
No, I didn't have an iPad in 5th grade. They gave us iPads in 5th grade. Like the school, like they were ahead of the curve. You know how everyone in college now takes notes using the iPad?
Yeah.
They had us doing that shit just like back then.
I know we had like computers, but
Yeah, they never gave us
obviously-
Chromebooks. They just went straight to iPads.
I don't even remember what ours were. I don't know if they were Chromebooks. They were like, it was too old to have been like, unless how old are Chromebooks?
I mean, they still make them today.
Right. But I'm like, how old were they? I guess because like I'm trying to gauge whether or not we would have even had those. 15 years old, 2011. Okay, so then probably would have had them, yeah.
I mean, I went to a very bougie school, and so we had in the computer lab, they had us or I guess on the laptop cart, they had us using MacBooks, not Chromebooks. So
Ooh.
I fucking hate Mac, by the way. It's so stupid. If I could have, I would have brought my own like laptop, bro.
My friend had a Mac at his home. I'm like, look, I get it, but like whenever you're like, oh, how do you install this thing on Mac instead of Windows? You got to get to a point where you're like, this has got to be more of an inconvenience than...
It really is. I don't get why people are like, dude, the operating system is so good. Is the good operating system in the room with us?
I mean, I think it's probably different now. I'm talking back as of like 2014 or something like that.
You know what it is? I think it's a different set of users, man. Like, we're gamers, we install like fucking Minecraft mods and we're recording this podcast and shit. We're, I guess, what you would call power users. Like we kind of sometimes get down into the nitty gritty, right? Mac users, they prop it open as they go to bed and they either watch Pornhub or Netflix. Like you use, like the average thing that you use a MacBook for is like web browsing and writing essays and watching shit. So
okay, that's the one that I'll agree with. I'll agree with that part.
But like the reason that Steam doesn't like 90 bajillion% of Steam games don't work on Mac is because it's a stupid fucking platform. is because
Right.
most Mac users are casuals. They just watch Netflix. They don't game. They don't program. I think people who program on Mac are genuinely stupid and need to be exterminated from society. There are those people. They exist and they need to be dealt with.
I will say, I think like one genuinely pretty good feature is like being able to have like text messages
Text on your
and
iPhone.
stuff.
Or yeah, like on your iPhone and have it synced.
Yeah, that's pretty
Counterpoint.
cool, but like,
Counterpoint. Just use Discord forehead. I'm just kidding. But
well,
but
then,
that's the
yeah,
thing. That's the thing. Mac users don't use Discord because they think Discord users are stinky, which is, you know, probably
well,
true. But listen,
I
I
mean,
showered.
we're just kind of.
I showered last night.
Oh no,
Don't-
no, I wasn't saying Discord users are or are not stinky. I was more just saying like, I feel like I know plenty of people with Macs that use Discord. It's just like, I don't know. I think it's just that. I don't know, but I always see people in class. They're like, let me fake using my computer. That pisses me off. People who have their laptop open and just are like doing some shit that like does not matter. Like
they're
I don't know.
browsing fucking clothes or some shit.
Yeah, they're on like Pinterest or something. I'm like, dude.
I mean, what do you?
It is interesting. The things that I see the most open on people's laptops are Pinterest,
Oh, I was gonna say
YouTube,
Okay.
and Chat GPT.
Okay, that all makes sense. I think I dead ass probably see a higher percentage of people not taking notes than taking notes. So, I mean,
Right.
hashtag noticing. I don't know, bro. I can
Yeah,
get
but
if
it's
you're
like-
doing another. Listen. I'm honestly fine with doing another class's homework, or doing the same class's
Yeah.
homework. I mean, I've done it. I mean, I've done it in my time. I have played Balatro during class. One time, as I was getting started with Balatro, I was actually so addicted to Balatro that I was waiting for the lecture to start. So I was like, oh, let me start a run of Balatro. And I was literally in the building of the lecture. Like, I was in the lecture building. All I had to do was walk for 30 seconds to get into and sit down once the class actually started, right? Instead, I played Balatro throughout the whole lecture, not even sitting in lecture and like just passively listening. No, I just fucking played Balatro. I just played Balatro.
Oh, that's so funny. Like I think it would be different if it were like people showing up like to actual like classes. Like the problem is when it's like a class that does not require attendance and you're showing up and you're doing some shit that does not matter. I'm like, why are you even fucking here?
Okay.
Like, just leave.
Wait, but why does that piss you off?
Because okay. If you think about it,
Whoa,
it's
KKK.
optional to be there at all. It's optional to be there at all.
Okay.
Shouldn't the people that are there be the people who want to learn the most?
That would make sense.
So why then should I have to watch some dude in front of me DMing people on through their messages on scrolling through Pinterest
Counterpoint.
or just like not even have they just have their phone out on their desk. They're not even hiding it.
Counterpoint. I think there's a certain population who, first of all, you don't need to worry about yourself, bro. Fuck what the other people are doing.
Dude, I have such bad ADHD. I get so distracted by
true.
anything.
Okay. That's fair. Well, then at that point, bro, you got to sit at the front.
No, but I'm socially anxious. And I
Then
don't
you'll
want
get
people
called on
looking
by
at
the
what I'm
professor?
doing.
Oh. Well, if you're trying to
It
focus,
depends.
then you're
Depends
just going to
on
have
the
your
class.
notes, and they're going to be like, oh my God, this individual is incredibly studious. What a model
Oh my god,
student.
he's so smart. He's so handsome too. You can tell by the back of his head.
No,
Nah,
I think there's a certain
like
population.
I get what you mean.
Okay, there's a certain population of people also who will sit in lecture and do other stuff purely because they're just like smart enough to the point that they can be distracted and still listen and still gain some benefit from the lecture. Like, for example,
Yeah.
I'm not going to hide it. I'm playing Minecraft right now. and I'm just chopping down acacia trees. And I'm still like, I know last time I was not good at hiding it, but this time I haven't mentioned it up until this point. And so if you can, there's no such thing as actual multitasking. But if you can switch your attention fast enough, like if your attention is good enough to genuinely be able to, for example, hold a podcast conversation while doing something mundane like chopping down acacia trees and collecting them in a shulker box, then, you know, maybe you'd be able to browse Pinterest and like kind of sort of be able to soak up what the professor is lecturing on. Now, of course, if your full attention was on the lecture, you'd learn a lot better. But people are so fucking brain rotted that they need Subway Surfers in the bottom right corner of their fucking field of vision anyways. So what's the point? They're probably just going to scroll Pinterest.
Yeah. I mean, I would sit at the front. Like you said, I don't normally get to choose where I sit just because I'm always pretty late because of the method at which I have to get to class.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want even if you are late, everyone still looks at you anyway. So you got to sit down quickly, and that usually means at the back.
Right. Well, yeah, because the only seats are open are like they're normally like in the middle, like to the right, or wherever towards the window is.
You know what I fucking hate, bro? Is hold on, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to make a marker in the thing so I can go and edit it easier. Whatever. Too late. What I fucking hate is when the lecture hall is like kind of silent and then the doors are loud. Right? So if you walk in late. Yeah, if you walk in late. You walk in late into a big lecture hall and the doors are creaky. Oh my god. When 80 pairs of eyes whip around to look at you, bro. Holy fuck, man. I don't think the human brain was built to fucking handle whatever the fuck that is, bro.
It's even worse when the room's like echoey too.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Was that seat open? Oh, you're saving it for... I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. Shut the fuck up, bro. I'm trying to like pretend that I'm like trying to find my seat and I'm like stepping over everyone's toes. So I'm like, excuse me.
Oh, I thought you were just like talking to someone. I'm like, who are you talking to? I stopped paying attention for like 2 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to sit at the front next time.
Yeah, I need to sit at the front. You're right. I didn't choose where I sat when I joined this Discord call, okay?
Yeah, well, you need to be better about that. Uh-huh.
That's true.
My name is Skylar White, yo. My husband is Walter White, yo.
Walter White, yo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
First and last warning. Do not.
I need to grab a drink real quick.
I'm going to grab a snack real quick. Sell marijuana to my husband. Oh, God. That's really stale. Holy fuck, that's stale.
What is?
I ate a... Did I tell you this while you were in the call? I don't know. I told this to at least...
You were talking about something about your eggs or something.
Oh, yeah. Like, everything in my fridge is going bad, and I'm, like, scrambling to fucking cook it all up before it actually goes bad. No, my eggs are fine. There's, like, a carton of egg whites that was going bad. No. There's expired kind bars, like the low protein or the snack bars and shit. And they are, like, half a year expired, probably. And it's like a little loot crate every time, because some of them are fine, but some of them are very much not fine. So it's like a little loot box every time, and you will either get one that's fine, or you'll get one that I just got, and it'll be like stale and leave the worst aftertaste.
Like battery acid.
It'll literally taste like battery acid.
Because I like sometimes I'll just find like a bar, like a Z bar or like a Cliff bar or whatever in my bag, and I'm like, I mean, I gotta try it.
Dude, there's still like, stuff from like probably there's still snacks that I haven't even found yet. They're probably just hidden somewhere, that have probably been from like 3 years ago. I wouldn't be surprised if there was still something somewhere in my flat that is 5 years old or more.
I think at my old house, we used to have like there was like a little room above our garage that like our separate garage, and I had like my office up there because it was cool, and so I was able to like yell and be loud, and no one had to yell at me. There were snacks up there that I did not know were there for the entire like 5 years we were living there.
What?
I don't know what happened to those. I don't know what happened to those. But every time I'd see them, I'm like, I am way too scared to try those. Like, I'll just be honest.
I mean, I really don't blame you for that. I really don't.
Like, I'm not about to try the 6 years expired Pop-Tarts. Like, I have no idea what those are going to do to my body.
Listen, I hate wasting food, but do you know the YouTuber Chubby Emu?
Ooh, no.
Chubby Emu. Oh, man. Okay. So he's I don't know if he's an actual doctor or some shit. He's probably an actual no, I don't know. Basically, he explains medical cases of like weird things that have happened to patients. So like botulism.
Yeah.
Like it's so for context, botulism is, I think it's the name of the disease. I don't know. If you're trusting us for medical advice, you need to seek professional help. Anyways, there's this bacteria that can flourish, and they make this toxin that will just immobilize you. And so you if you don't get medical attention quick enough, you're just going to like not be able to move your muscles anymore, including your like lungs and your heart, which are, so I've heard, important for staying alive. I don't know. Could be true. I don't know. Research is still up for that one. But anyways, this guy had gas station nachos, and they just happened, the cheese that was in this nachos happened to have this bacteria in it, and it slowly poisoned him. And eventually when he went to the doctor, they were able to somewhat reverse the effects or some shit. But basically this Chubby Emu guy, all he does is he, tells the stories of these, weird and wacky medical phenomena, I guess is the plural. And he explains what happens biologically. So it's like, 20-minute videos, but he really kind of goes in depth into like what happens to your body when this happens. And so that makes it interesting, at least for me, because I'm a little bit of an armchair, medical guy / biology guy. Like, I'll just passively kind of learn about that. It's fun. But there's like weird cases of people. There will be like weird cases of people eating food that wasn't prepared correctly. Like there's this guy, I watched this video, I think it was like yesterday, where this guy went to a shady food truck, and it was unlicensed, and the pork was undercooked, and he ended up getting a tapeworm. And eventually he did make a recovery, but tapeworms aren't fun because it's like, can you imagine like a worm living, but it's inside of you? Like, ugh. Anyways, the funny thing is, most of the people that end up in these stories are exceedingly stupid, because this guy, like I'm saying exceedingly stupid, because this guy, this food truck had pulled up outside of his workplace. So he tried it, and he was like, I'm not feeling well. And then his coworkers started not to feel well because they ate from this food truck. And then there were rumors going around that the food truck was unlicensed and the guy like didn't wash his hands. I think there was like one of his coworkers literally said, hey, I think I watched him scratch his balls, not wash his hand, and then serve food. And then
that's the most authentic experience, though.
I mean, but this guy, listen, this guy knew the rumors, knew that he felt unwell after eating this taco, this pork taco that was undercooked, and he went back several more times. So when I say that, like, they're exceedingly stupid, I'm saying they're exceedingly stupid.
Right.
The other people that end up in these kinds of stories are, I don't know. There was a guy that tried to castrate himself using like a cheese making ingredient that he injected into his balls.
What?
So basically, he was like a hypersexual.
He
like
injected. Wait, what?
Okay, so the story about this guy was that, and I want you all to know that this is like anecdotal and it's what I remember from the videos. So do not come at me if it's not true. I just want to preface this by saying this is not medical advice. Okay, this is definitely not medical advice. Do not inject anything.
I hope no one hears.
Actually,
I hope no one hears injecting cheese making ingredients into their balls.
Anyways,
like, I want to try. You know,
no,
I want to try that.
No, don't try that. So this guy was like a hypersexual. He was thinking way too much about sex. Like every time he saw a woman, he just imagined what it would be like having sex with them, basically. And so he basically became like a Reddit health bro, and he was reading like, oh, that means I'm making too much testosterone and I'm like hypersexual and everything is sex to me, and he couldn't like focus on his career or whatever the fuck, right? So what Reddit told him was, you need to decrease the level of testosterone that your balls are making. And how do you do that? You have to inject something into your balls. And it just so happens that something you can legally acquire that would do just the perfect job of doing that is cheese making ingredient. So he ended up doing that, and he ended up in the hospital. And so like this is what I say when people are exceedingly stupid. There's another story about a woman, and she wanted to lose weight. I'm not sure if she had tried to. You mean?
I was gonna say I was gonna make a joke. I was like, at that point, for the guy, the testosterone guy, like, just take estrogen, bro. Like at that point, right?
I mean,
is that how that?
I don't think that's how it works.
Is that
estrogen,
how it works? I don't know. Actually, no. I'm
higher
thinking
levels
about
of estrogen. I don't think higher levels of estrogen decrease testosterone. Like, don't trust me on that. I'm not sure how that works. Let me just say that. There was another woman who wanted to lose weight. I'm not sure if she tried the actual, like, I don't know, tried and true methods of starting a diet, sleeping well, exercising, building muscles so that your metabolism
that doesn't work.
Speeds up. You know, not sure if she had tried such, you know, such overrated methods before, right? And so she was
she should
like,
just do Ozempic like the rest of us.
Right. Oh God, that's a podcast topic for a whole nother episode. I could probably like rant about that for 3 hours straight. So this woman had the bright idea of buying tapeworm eggs on the dark web, so that the tapeworm, all of the tapeworm would eat all of her nutrients, and then she wouldn't have to deal with actually taking in the calories. The tapeworm would take in all the calories, right?
That's brilliant.
So, I mean, listen, on paper, like, the logic is sound, right? Like you can't diss her, can you? So she takes these tapeworm eggs, and for a couple of months, nothing really happens. Eventually, things start really happening in her life. Like, you know, you start projectile vomiting into the toilet every single evening. You start having issues with bowel movements. Every time you eat, you don't really want to eat. You're like dehydrated all the time, and no matter how much water you drink, it just doesn't help with it. So she goes into the doctor. She's like, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm having all these like symptoms and stuff, right? And the doctor's like, okay, well, we'll see what we can do about that. But she didn't mention the fact that she maybe had, I don't know, like a 15-foot long worm curdling inside of her small intestines, because She did that. She's I don't know, forgot to mention that. And so
It's not really important.
I mean, surely. So when they actually like crack her open and take a look, they're like, lady, what the fuck is that? And then she's like, so I was on Reddit the other day. And then they're like, oh yeah. So they gave like the two God, what is it called? Anti-parasitic medications. And then she was spick and spam again. But it just, listen, I'm telling you, it just goes to show these stories only happen when the best and the brightest of our world come together and feel the gravitational pull of making their own homemade medical remedies. So, for the listeners out there, if you decide to do something stupid, probably don't, okay? But if you end up trying some new weird drug or method that people on Reddit and the dark web are talking about, make sure you document the process so A, we can laugh at you later, and B, maybe something scientific can come out of it.
See, that's the beauty of the internet, right? It's like people are oversharing so much that it's like we get all these great stories. Like we would have never known about this lady before.
Right. So anyways, this whole topic
it's beautiful,
came up.
and
I mean,
it's
no,
its
it
own
really
way.
is. It like, there's nothing quite like it. But the whole reason this came up, because we got way off track, was because I had a lot of stuff in my fridge that is like currently going bad. And the reason that I've been so wary of stuff going bad, especially now more than ever, is because A, it's the summer and shit really curdles quickly in the summer. And B, there's a lot of stories of people who, a lot of the time it is poor college students who are like, yeah, so those leftovers were out at room temperature for like, 2 days straight. I'm sure it's still edible and safe. And then they end up in the hospital. Now, some of them are well-meaning, actually. Some of them are accidental. I know a story about a guy who left out his his pasta, left it out on the counter at room temperature, forgot about it for a couple days, and then his roommate put it back in the fridge because the roommate thought it was freshly cooked. So the roommate was like, oh, he must have forgotten it. Let me put it back in the fridge for him. So the next time the guy who cooked the pasta goes into the fridge and he's like, oh, I have this pasta still. He eats it, not knowing that it had been going bad for 2 days, and then he ended up in the hospital. I mean, I wouldn't even say it was the roommate's fault. He was actually trying to do a good thing by putting it back in the fridge, trying to be health conscious and shit. But, these accidents also happen. I'm trying not to be the accidental statistic. I know I'm not going to be the purposeful statistic where I'm like, I'm grateful to not be so poor that I'm actually considering eating like 2-day-old pasta. I'm just going to say that. But stories like that fucking terrify me, because I've had food poisoning once, and that was from my university's dining hall food. And let me just tell you, I ain't taking no risks no more.
I low-key, the one time I had food poisoning, like I just really had to shit.
Really?
I maybe that wasn't food poisoning. I don't. What was that then?
Food poisoning treats you a lot worse than that usually. The time that I got food poisoning,
like,
what's up?
It's like vomiting and like shitting.
Yeah, for me, I think it was undercooked chicken that did me in at the dining hall. And I should have submitted a complaint. Maybe I would have gotten a little pretty penny from that. And
They probably could have. To be honest,
low-key could have. Can I still fake it? Do you think they ask for evidence? Like, hey, make sure you take a picture of the vomit that you vomited all over the toilet, Just so, you know.
It's the r/food poisoning, where people just like take a picture of their receipt, and it's like, this is what gave me food poisoning.
Is that
and
an
it's
actual
like,
subreddit?
yes, r/food poisoning. and it's like, we can't tell by the receipt if it gave you food poisoning. That's not the point. Show us the food.
Like,
you know?
Like, you want them to post a picture of their vomit?
No, the food that they ate.
Oh. Well, they
like a
already
picture of
ate
like
it.
the
I don't
burger
know
they
if they
ate or something.
I mean,
I don't know. People take pictures of their food before they eat it a lot of the time. I guess that's only at like at restaurants. Who's like going to McDonald's? Like, so I'm getting the new Big Mac today, and they're taking a picture of their Big Mac before they eat it, right?
I guess
no one's doing that.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying no one does that.
Well, yeah, exactly. Unless you're me and you streamed yourself trying out the new Huntrix meal, but then again, that was the new Huntrix meal. Anyways,
and that was the Happy Meal. That was the Happy Meal.
That wasn't a Happy Meal. That was an adult meal. It had a 10-piece McNugget.
Didn't it come with like a? I thought it had the. Oh wait, no, you're right.
It had a 10-piece McNugget, but it came with it did come with the little cards and stuff. So it was like.
I got an ad before the game today where I was watching, and it was like the McDonald's K-pop Demon Hunters thing, and I think I just like subconsciously, because it was advertising the kids meal, I was like, I just like remembered that instead of your actual stream for some reason.
What were we talking about? Food poisoning?
I have no idea.
Oh, right. The time that I got food poisoning from the undercooked chicken, I just vomited like a freaking lot. Basically an entire night, actually, like through the night. I probably threw up like 5 times and was dry heaving the rest of the time. And then afterward, I had horrendous diarrhea for like, I don't know, probably half a week. So, not fun. Not fun at all. What about you?
Yeah, I've had it where it was just like where it's like you no longer have anything in your stomach to throw up, and it's just like bile.
Ugh. Like the Titan?
Ah!
That's a reference to Helldivers, guys. Just a big ass fucking annoying ass freaking bug that you have to shoot and kill. Stupid things. I swear having my shots
What were we originally talking about?
Nintendo.
Oh. I don't know. I kind of like stopped paying attention like a little bit when you started talking about like the health stuff. I'm like, I'm just gonna let him tell his story.
Well, it is time for more quick bits, actually, because I got more. So when food does go bad, all right. Did you bring anything to talk about, by the way? I feel like I've been yapping for the past.
I'm just letting you talk, man.
Okay. This is like a duo activity, like, your partners and whatever. Anyways.
Well, I mean, like when I have a bit, I talk about it, but like.
Oh, okay. Well, just like interrupt me if you want me to shut the fuck up or interject or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
The one thing that I brought to talk about has lost relevance so far, like so long ago from now, that like I don't think there's even any point in bringing it up anymore.
What did you want to talk about?
I was going to talk about. Remember, we were going to talk about Pokemon Champions.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that.
Maybe.
I know we like switch topics every 5 minutes at this point, but we'll get back to that. But whenever I get, now this is probably like low-key illegal, so I don't know. But anytime I have anything go bad, for example, I had some apples that I really didn't want to eat because they were like bad. Not rotten to the core, but like a decent bit rotten. And they didn't taste good no more. So I was like, fuck that shit. And so what I actually like to do is I'll just dump it outside. I'll walk to the nearest like wooded area near my flat. And like I had 2 boxes of strawberries that went moldy. Thankfully, strawberries are usually very expensive, but it must be strawberry season. It's the spring though. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well,
When
I mean,
is strawberry
I wouldn't. I don't
season?
know if that would be illegal because like all of it's
April through
biodegradable.
June. That would make sense. Okay, so I should buy a lot right now because they're all fresh. Anyways,
But, like, I feel
they're,
like
really cheap right now.
Like
so.
throwing like apples into the woods shouldn't matter.
Right. The only kind of littering that I do is organic material that will 100% decompose. I don't throw cans. I don't throw anything else. The only thing I would ever feel comfortable throwing is like an apple core that I've eaten, or I guess full on apples and shit. But partly, and this is gonna sound crazy, okay? But you know, I don't just throw them away. I usually toss like all my fruit that has gone bad straight into the forest because I want the foxes to eat them. I wanna give back to the community. I love foxes. They're very cute. One day, actually, it's like, bucket list activity. I actually want to open a fox sanctuary, like one that rescues foxes that are injured or, in fur farms or some shit. And
see, I litter my organic material for the mushrooms personally.
oh, that's a noble cause. That's a noble cause still.
We gotta give back to the little guys, you know.
This is true. Except when the same fungi will grow all over your strawberries, making them the precise reason why you had to throw them out in the first place. Anyways, no, I'm not salty. You're salty.
Are mold mushrooms?
Mushrooms are fungi and mold are fungi. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, I didn't know that. I guess
Now
that
I
makes
have to
sense because they
see.
grow like
Are
rooted networks.
Mushrooms fungi. Yes, mushrooms are fungi. Is mold fungi? Yes, mold is a type of fungus. The thing about mold that you got to be careful of is you can't just quote unquote eat around it. Because if you see visible mold, their roots, like you said, they have big networks of roots, which means that even if you cannot see the roots, if you bite into that piece of bread, it's still like 100% going to have mold, even if you eat around the parts you can see. Stay safe out there, y'all.
Gotta look out for the mycelium. Ooh.
Ooh. That's a word.
Ooh.
That's a word that's an SAT
Minecraft.
word. I don't think that is a Minecraft block yet. Don't give Mojang no idea.
Mycelium?
I don't.
You're LARPing. You're LARPing Minecraft.
That's a Terraria. No, dude, that's a fucking Satisfactory thing. Are you
Look up mycelium Minecraft right this instant.
Dude, I don't ever go to Mushroom Islands. You have to understand. Oh.
It is crazy that you don't know what mycelium is in Minecraft though.
It's the thing on the Mushroom Islands. Okay, yes, dude. No one uses fucking Mushroom Islands except for that one person who logged on and built their base on my Mushroom Island. Or their Mushroom Islands. Anyways.
You're LARPing Minecraft.
I'm not.
You did. I was reading books of old. You did not read the fucking Minecraft textbooks, did you?
Dude, I literally had
the ancient manuscripts.
No. Don't you accuse me of that shit. Because back in the day, I actually had the copy of the Minecraft official Mojang Redstone handbook, the official crafting handbook, and the official like building handbook or some shit. So don't you ever say that to my face again.
That's like the only reason I know that word is from Minecraft.
Listen, and they said video games were bad for you.
Yeah, I learned a lot of words. Like, unironically, I learned to read by playing video games. And I've always been a very good student.
Huh.
No, that's real. That's real.
Okay.
I've always
I would say as an activity, reading books will always be more high value than playing video games. But that's fucking boring,
well,
bro.
I mean, no, I honestly...
No.
At this point... What are you talking about?
No. Okay, well, make your point first.
Well, I'm saying any reading is really good, especially when it's like, I mean, unless you're like playing fucking Fortnite and you're like, oh my god, dude, I learned a new word. It's tung, tung sahur. Like, what are we talking? It's not like that's not the same thing as like playing like a story game. It's obviously not the same. But like, okay, yes, reading books is better. But any reps you can get for reading,
Okay,
like
I
any
agree
material
with
that you can read gives you a higher vocabulary and like just helps strengthen
I agree.
your reading overall.
I agree. However, I guess, we're pivoting away from the idea of helping you get better at reading. But when we start thinking about what builds your focus and what makes your focus worse, clear winners and losers here. I'll just say that. Now, I'm a hypocrite.
I learned to read by playing Pokemon. And you said you could not sit through that.
Okay, well, that's fucking Pokemon. What I'm saying is, if I spent 6 hours playing Overwatch and I spent 6 hours reading,
Yeah, but you're not reading anything playing Overwatch.
No, I'm just saying like video games versus reading. I'm not talking about reading in video games versus
right.
reading a book. What I'm trying to say is the focus factor. Make that a band. Call that a new band, bro. I'm just kidding. It's not that good of a name.
Fear factor.
You could not. That's the thing. I fear no man, but if you put what am I most afraid of? Loki, right now it's cockroaches because I've been seeing them in the kitchen at night, and it's less of a fear and more of an annoyance. But it's also a fear of the fucking plagues that they bring, bro. They're fucking disgusting.
I had a roach in my dorm room that was so big. It was about the size of my whole... It was like, I guess minus the antenna, it was as long as my fingers plus half my palm.
Your fingers? Oh my god!
And at that time, I had just been injured. And so I wasn't able to leave my dorm.
Oh my god.
And so I had like shit all over the floor. And I had no idea where it was. I had seen it. And I had freaked the fuck out. It was so big, I could not suck it up with my vacuum cleaner, like, hose.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I called a friend, and we spent, like, an hour looking for it. We could not find it. He goes to leave. I turn around. I look on the floor, and it's literally just sitting there. And I call him back immediately. I'm like, you're going to hate me. I found it. He comes back, and he looks at it. He had brought, like, paper towels. He turns around and he just takes off his shoe. He's like, this shit ain't gonna do the job. I'm like, that shit is not a cockroach. I don't know what that is. He said it was the biggest bug he had ever seen in his life. And I'm like, yeah, that is the most disgusting fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude, I never catch the cockroaches that are in my place because they usually their spot is like behind the stove and around the dishwasher. I just can't get to those areas. Thankfully, I have like an anti-bug spray, and I haven't seen one
gas
since.
them.
What?
Just gas them.
I wish, man. Believe me, I wish.
I mean that's basically what you're doing, no?
It's a liquid.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like the one that you... Yeah, I get it. And it like is a residual that like...
Yeah. If they walk across it, they will die. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they put in my... Because I had to call the exterminators. And they were like, we don't really see anything. It's weird because you're on the 6th fucking floor that there are bugs up here.
Oh,
but,
well, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but it's a cockroach. Like, how...
Here's the thing, don't they fucking fly?
I guess
aren't some of them able to,
like,
what? Can you?
They do, but like they don't go up that high normally.
Here's the thing. One time, I saw a cockroach, and this was back when I was living in dorms, and it was on the stairs. This wasn't like inside of my dorm per se. It was in the stairs of like one of the shared spaces. Like it was in one of the stairwells. And I immediately turned around. And this is honestly like such a fucking genius weapon, bro. Because I turn around, I see this cockroach, I turn around. I grab an old box that I see, like an old Amazon box. I don't know if it was mine or I just straight up stole someone else's trash. But I take this box and I wind that shit up like behind my head. And I swear to God, I have never swung anything in my life with more speed and more strength than I did with that box. Like the sound that the box made against the rubber of the stairs reverberated through the entire dorm. I swear to God, because I brought that box down onto the cockroach like he fucking killed my entire ancestral line, bro.
Yeah, they talk about like cockroaches living nukes, but they ain't living that.
Dude, its guts were like a blood splatter pattern, bro.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Like I'm telling you, bro. I have a sheer hatred of these beings. There is nothing like you. There is not a single bit of sympathy or any kind of that shit, bro. None of it. Like I would consider mice or rats as pets.
Rats.
And even though we think about them as pests and shit, but cockroaches, bro, holy fuck. At that point, like I was a couple of steps away from going down to the nearest like fucking redneck town and getting a Glock 19, bro. I'm just kidding. I'm like,
I don't think you don't need to go to a redneck town.
You can actually go to Walmart probably, unironically.
You can. You need a registration though, but they kind of give them to anyone anyways. So.
Yeah. Oh, did you say you hated your school? Did you say you're mentally unstable? Did you say you might want to take drastic action? Here's an assault rifle.
Well, okay. No, but aren't those normal? Because you're not allowed. Like minors aren't allowed to buy guns, are they?
I actually don't know. If we're talking about school shooters, like I don't fucking know how those guys get guns.
I think to like operate a gun you can be, but like to own and to purchase, I thought you had to be older than 18.
Probably. I mean, it's like alcohol though. If you go to a shady enough spot, they'll just give it to you anyway.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Sad to say.
I love America.
I love America.
I mean, what else would we... I mean, how else would we get stuff to shoot the cockroaches, right? They gotta make sure we're safe, we're very prepared.
Right, against the bugs. It's just like in Helldivers, except the bugs are a lot smaller, I fear.
Imagine living on like a terminated planet in Helldivers.
You're not living.
That shit would actually,
like, quote unquote living. Listen. You drop into Helldivers, right? And you're supposed to kill all these bugs. You never see another living soul. It's all abandoned. Why do you think that is?
No, they're not always. They're always. Well, I guess the people there are all dead. You see the corpses everywhere. But I guess would that be considered abandoned? Yeah, I guess so.
I think it would be, actually. I think it would be.
Well, no, I'm like, if all of the inhabitants are forcefully, like, killed or removed, does that technically
count?
Abandoned?
Oh, yeah, or is it, so everyone's dead?
So everyone's dead now. So that just happened.
Dude, you might want to look behind you.
Don't turn around.
Good kitty.
No, don't freak out.
That's a good bug. That's a good bug. Whoa.
Okay.
So stupid. stupid. Okay. One of the things that we actually wanted to talk about on this podcast, and by the way, we're getting into the meat and potatoes of this podcast. Although, listen,
We've been doing this. It's been 2 hours, bro.
let's just end with your Pokemon champions that you wanted to talk about.
I actually need to inform myself more on it. Actually, I'm realizing.
Oh, so you don't. Damn, bro. Like, what are we here for? Just to suffer? Sorry, that was a really cringe joke from like fucking millennial age,
like,
bro.
Dude, you don't know how my like jaw dropped when I found out. Like, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5 and the dude started saying that, and I was like, that's what this is from? I never knew that.
Wait, what? Okay, I didn't know that either. It's really something.
And by the way, can I say that game is, I don't know what I expected, but it might be one of the most ridiculously stupid fucking games I've ever played in my life.
Wait, is it one of
People
the...
glaze Kojima like he is a god among men, and it is like, I don't know if we're playing the same game, because some of the stuff I thought it was like going to be like pretty
like
quirky, I know it's gonna be it's gonna be like a little quirky and like have like some eccentric characters, but like I was not expecting there to be like literal like SCP like god nightmare demon creatures that are like fucking like blowing. Like, the intro of the game starts with like people. Oh, there's like one character he looks like he's in fucking Emre ult, and he's just like in the sky terrorizing people. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's,
and like
that's
everything's
cool
on
character design. Might be
no, but like I thought it was supposed to be regular military stuff.
Oh,
and then it's just like
expectation versus reality, I guess.
The god demon is coming. I was like, what the fuck? And like that's not a turnoff. I was very surprised.
You sound like you don't like it, but were you just actually
I
surprised?
didn't. I didn't really like it.
Oh,
I was surprised by that. That is not a turnoff for me because like, I was just very surprised. I just didn't really like the gameplay. And I didn't love. Well, the writing was fine, but it is like kind of what I would consider more cringe now, but maybe not as much back then. I don't know. I'd have to go back and play it again.
Well, let's just move on to the next meat and potatoes topic. Do you like to fold your iPhone hamburger or hot dog style? I don't really remember why we put this down, but I'm sure we can. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out as we talk about it. I guess.
It's like I thought of it because it was I don't think it was, do you like to fold your phone which way? It was like, if you were to fold a phone, which way would you expect it to fold? It's like that one where it's like, how would a dog wear pants? And it's like on the hind legs only,
it would
or
be
like
on all four legs. Like wait, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, where it's like, which one would it be? I don't know if it was.
What do you think? How do you think a dog would wear pants?
I'm like, honestly, probably the hind legs only. I get it. I don't think there's a wrong answer. I feel like I'm leaning that way though. Like, the other way looks a little bit weird to me. I mean, both look weird.
You look weird to me. Honest, I mean, I don't judge you for it. Like,
I didn't bring you into this. Look, you don't need to bring my appearance into this at all either.
You're a little funny looking. I don't judge you. Like, let's be real now. Let's be safe.
All right.
Let's be kind to the dogs.
Look, we're all chopped here, but we don't need to
speak for yourself. Okay. Anyways, there are folding phones out there. I don't know. Have you seen those?
Yeah. Yes.
So, we all know which way. Well, actually, there's actually two. There's two current ways, I guess.
I've seen like where it's like double wide and then it folds like from right to left, as in like you're holding it
Like it's like you flip the
like
page
you're
of a
holding it
book.
horizontal. Yeah, you're
Right.
holding it vertically and then you right to left fold it.
Right.
But it's like it's like more of a square. But then I've also seen the like
It's like the old flip
the other
phones,
way
that
is
one,
more
right?
like a flip phone.
Right.
Yeah. And I think I prefer the old flip phone way. I don't know. I don't like either.
I mean, I've
But
never had problems with space with my phone. I think some people are like, no, I don't like that my phone is taking up so much space in my pocket or wherever else people put their purse or something. Personally, I've never had that problem. I've always put like OtterBoxes, really not a sponsor, OtterBoxes, really bulky cases on my phones just so that to have maximum protection. I do end up dropping my phone a lot. So for me personally, I would actually prefer the bigger screen size because bigger screen size.
yeah, I think I don't know. Like I agree with you, but like I also am like I don't know if I need that much screen.
I mean, do you have an iPad?
But like I used to. But like I get what you mean, cuz like can't you also like fold it like on itself so that you're only so that instead of it being like shut like it would be normally, it's open, it's just like folded back on itself so you can only use the one screen. Isn't that a thing?
Yes. Usually they also have an outside screen. So they have an inside screen or yeah. I know what you're talking about. You can choose, if we're talking about the Samsung Z Flip style phones, you can use it like a regular phone, but you can also unfold it to get the bigger square-ish sized screen.
Yeah. I think in that situation, I feel like that is just like, I mean, it might feel weird to have like the like screen, like the feeling of the screen on the back as well. But I mean, I feel like you would get over that maybe. I feel like the only problem I would have is it would be difficult to have a case for it, no?
It is. Here's, I think the issue that a lot of people are sleeping on is the fact that it's going to scratch really easily because you cannot bend glass. Like, let's make that clear. Glass does not bend. So far, we have not figured out how to make glass bend. So the screens actually have to be plastic. Most of the time when we're using our phones, the glass doesn't scratch too easily. Like, if you have keys in your pocket that you also chuck your phone into, usually it's not going to scratch your screen. Keys will scratch plastic all the freaking day long. And I mean, and they're fragile. There's a lot of engineering that goes into it, you know?
Cuz I've seen problems with the like seams of those phones,
Right.
like
You bend them
where
enough times.
it folds, where it has
Right,
problem.
yeah.
Because it's also, isn't it like in that like seam there are like circuits and like stuff underneath.
Well,
so,
there's
like,
definitely mechanical
when you're
stuff. I don't know if there's circuits.
right, like when you're, because like part of it has to be part like screen, especially if it's like the flip phone style.
Oh, yeah.
Because like then you're just having the seam right through the middle of your phone, right?
Right.
Like there has to be stuff that would control like the screen underneath that, and like every time you're bending your phone you're also bending that too.
Exactly.
Now that could be like completely, like that makes sense in my head. Like I don't know if that's how they do it, but
I mean, listen, they're really delicate. Yeah, let me ask you a question, right? What do you think our, daily driver technology is going to look like in the future, right? Because when you were in the 80s, you might be carrying around your Walkman, your Sony Walkman that you would put your cassettes into, and you could listen to music on the go, right? And then once smartphones are invented, everyone's using smartphones, right? Apple tried to do something with the Apple Vision Pro, right? The wearable VR interface, basically. That's also a computer. I mean, didn't really catch on. Do you think that, you know, when, I guess, and what do you imagine the next daily widespread technology is going to be?
I don't. I think there could be some form of like. So you're just saying like. Are you saying that like we see people walking around with, or
Yeah, like
that is just going to be the most widespread thing we're gonna see?
how do you think, I guess whatever innovates on the phone next, like this, like your phone, right? Whatever innovation comes next, what do you think that's going to be? What is it going to look like? And when, maybe like follow-up question, when would that
I don't
be a
know
thing?
about if. I mean, this isn't an innovation. I think it's possible that we actually go back. That we actually go back to something like an MP3 player.
No.
I think it's possible
Why?
with how people are with like physical media and like actually like the like authentic feel of like something like that. I feel like it's possible. Like people are like, I don't know, where it's like more like nostalgia baiting, like because I don't really know how much further we can go forward.
I think there's still a lot
And
to
that
go forward, and that's actually terrifying. You know what? It's definitely going to be something with AI. We're banging our heads into the wall with AI right now. AI sucks. I think we will figure it out eventually, and then it's going to become a dystopia. And then we're already living in a dystopia, let's be real, but it'll become more of a dystopia. You know what it is? I mentioned the last time I was working on a novel, like a sci-fi novel. I actually answered my own question by writing this novel. What I said it would be was contact lenses that can display things. So it's like your phone, but it's just in your eye.
No, just contact lenses.
No, it's just,
You wrote
yes,
this
everyone is
before
wearing contact lenses.
existed.
No, it's special, listen, special contact lenses that have either computers inside of them or connect to computers, and they do exactly what your phone does. Or brain chips. Although brain chips are far more terrifying.
Oh, no.
Brain chips are so much more
scares
terrifying.
me.
Because imagine you're just like trying to cook your dinner, and then your fucking Elon Musk Neuralink goes, "Want a break from the ads?"
Didn't they like they like programmed like fucking stem cells or something to like play a video game or something?
But does it run Doom?
I think it might have been. It was either Doom or Tetris.
I don't know, man.
Am I talking on my ass? Is that real?
I don't know what you're talking about, but it could be true.
Or was it? I don't.
Could have been
remember.
Crisis.
There's something in my brain where I'm like, it was something like essences of that. I just don't know what. Anyways, you were saying?
If anything, it might be like contact lenses. If I had,
because we already have like VR, but then we're also tinkering with are they called the Apple Vision Pro? Are those the ones with the glasses?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks as a product. Like, there's not a lot of use cases for it. Like, I feel like, here's the thing, right? What I'm about to do after I get off this podcast is eat an edible, legal, by the way, in the state in which I live. I want to be clear, I'm not admitting to any crimes here. I'm of age, and I purchased it legally. And then I'm either going to play video games as I watch zercy's screen share Balatro, or I'm going to, like, just eat and drink. Like, I haven't had dinner yet, and it's midnight, so I should probably do that.
No, I'm going to bed, bro. I'm not playing fucking ball.
Fuck that shit, bro.
I'm going to.
But what I'm saying is, I think genuinely, if I were to watch a movie, they're like, oh, it replaces your TV because then you can just put on the VR headset and it's like a big TV screen. Fuck no, bro. Fuck no. What is our problem with trying to replace technologies that are perfectly fine?
I get what you're saying, because like I agree,
Like,
because like I don't think I get why, like, obviously we can go to, like, from having to go into a movie theater to being able to watch it like home at your TV. Like, I get that,
right.
But like, I don't know if we need to replace like watching something on the TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that is,
we don't need VR goggles. Like, what we eventually someone will develop are contact lenses that still let you see the outside world, but just let you do phone things on them. That's where I think tech will go.
Mm-hmm. I think it's possible. I just don't know what
It's entirely possible.
It'd have to be, because a lot of the technology, like I guess like the chips are pretty small for like in like the Apple glasses or whatever they're called.
You know, they screw around to find ways to fit everything in there.
Right, but I'm thinking like something as thin as contact lenses would be difficult. And especially, like, honestly, I hate contact lenses. I tried them. I think there's just something like so...
Oh, it's not like... It's very unnatural to put things in your eyes. I will say that.
In your eye, yeah. And like, obviously you get used to it when you like you learn how to do it, then you get used to it, like whatever. But like I was trying to do it at the eye, like the optometrist, and I'm like, dude, I know I'm being like a soy a little bit, but like I physically cannot get that shit in my eye. Like nothing about this wants to work. Like
I don't think that's being a soy. That's just being like reasonable. I feel. I've never actually tried to put on contact lenses. The only, like, if I ever got into cosplaying and I had to put on those contact lenses that can make your eyes look like a different color, I would struggle that first time. Cause also, putting them in, whatever, how the fuck are you supposed to get them out? If it's your first time, like, once you get used to it, you get used to it.
I think it's
like,
easier. It's easier to take them off than put them in. No.
The hell? That's weird.
Because you can just, like, kind of pinch on the surface.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
We have one more thing that we want to talk about for the meat and potatoes, unless you don't want to talk about it, which I was going to ask you. You have been streaming. How has that been going? Unless you want to talk about it next week, maybe collect some more data.
We could do that. I think, I mean, right now I've got some plans. None of the, I just feel like none of the stuff that I want to do right now is like properly suited for the audience I currently have, which is no one. So, we're gonna have to hopefully it could start out as YouTube videos instead, but I don't know. That seems kind of lonely.
What do you mean by lonely? So,
like, I don't want to be like recording.
Tell the people,
like, by myself.
Tell the people what, examples of what you might be talking about.
Right. Yeah. And so like I'm thinking about, there are a lot of like challenges, like fun like challenges that I think
like gaming
for
stuff,
like just a lot of games that I enjoy.
Doug type stuff.
Yeah, Doug definitely my biggest inspiration. Just like a lot of like the fun stuff he does, like even if it's like really stupid, he's just very funny and very interactive with chat. And that's the kind of like vibe I want to have, but like I don't know. I obviously like I'd have to somehow work around not being able to like code. Like his biggest strength is that he's able to code a lot of his challenges.
Well, that's not
in very unique ways. But like not necessarily something that I need to do, right?
Well, you could always learn.
Yeah, but some of it's a bit more like I guess like the modding stuff, there's probably like people that would have already done it, I guess.
I will shout myself out. I've done like challenges, I guess, quote unquote challenges in Balatro, where instead of having 5 Joker slots, you had 100 or 200, or you had the positive effects of every single deck at once. So surprise, surprise, those didn't really end up being challenges. But I know, like real big surprises happening. But there's a mod that let me, put together all that. So if you ever need a helping hand, you ever need advice, zercy, I got you. I am comp sci after all. Not that I'm really good at coding, but I'm not like mega good at coding. I'm just like, it's whatever. But well, that's what you're mainly working on Twitch right now?
Yeah, I would say it's just like, I mean, it's just mostly just like streaming random stuff. Like while I find like some good first ideas, I tried to do one of the challenges and it did not work very well. I did a test run and it was so easy that I almost called it off. And then on stream, I just couldn't beat the run. I just couldn't do it.
Was this that one Balatro challenge that I saw?
Yeah.
Well,
I was like 14k off winning anti-8 though.
Damn. Was it
so like
the
I was
Violet
very
Vessel?
close. Yes.
Okay. Well, that explains why you lost.
Mm-hmm.
In this house, we call it the Violent Vessel. It violently ends your runs.
Yeah.
Well, shout out your Twitch right now. You will again at the end of the podcast, but
Yeah. Twitch.tv/zercy, ZERCY. Go check it out. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 4 to 7.
this is
Sometimes longer,
true.
sometimes shorter, but it's normally around those times.
And we'll be looking forward to seeing what cool big things you got going on. So that is sick. That is awesome. And well, we're done talking. You're done listening. It's been 2 hours. I hope you all your weekly ADHD pod slop has arrived. So go retweet this, share it, tell all your friends about it. We're gonna start a Patreon where you're gonna be able to get exclusive episodes. I'm kidding. Well, if we get a fan base, shit. But we're done talking. You're done listening. Go check out zercy on the socials he just mentioned. You can find me, mantraHD, at the twitch.tv/mantraHD. And the links will all be in the description, yada yada. What else? Rate this podcast 5 stars. And what else? Like follow it or some shit, and also listen to it. Leave it on in the background. Tell your mom about it. Tell your sister about it. Tell your brother about it. Tell your non-binary siblings about it. Tell every single person you know about this podcast. I know I'm just dragging out the outro, but listen, we'll see you again next week, and at some point we also will be changing the cover art for the podcast, because listen, I designed the cover art that you're currently seeing in Photoshop, but that was like 3 years ago, so it might be time for a little change. I'm gonna commission someone to draw something nice, so be excited for that. All right, zercy, say goodbye or some shit. I really still don't know how to end these things. It's still really awkward.
I mean, you can probably just like cut it there, no?
Yeah, there's something like that.
I feel like
being like, let the kitsune guide you.
all right. You made it so close to not mentioning Kiriko this whole time.
I did mention Fox Girl, so like it
You did, but you didn't mention Kiriko, and that's a good first.
You know,
step.
I'm gonna leave that part in just to spite you and be like, oh, haha, he mentioned Kiriko.
Fuck you. Oh, come on.
Anyways, we're actually done. Okay, you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay, we're actually gonna hang up now. So see y'all next week. Okay. Stay safe. Don't eat your fucking 2-day-old pasta. All right. Be well, you all.
Exactly.
Okay, we can actually end it. Do you remember how to export it and all that good stuff?